Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Nikolai Belinski, and today I wanted to bring you guys 5 things that Treyarch wants you to forget about Nikolai 1.0. So in this video, I'm only going to be talking about Nikolai from World of War and from Black Ops 1. I'm going to be saving the Origins timeline one from Origins, obviously, and Black Ops 3 for a separate video. And if you guys do like this sort of video, I could definitely do more of them. Tell me in the comment section down below if I was going to do another one of these, who would you guys want to see? But anyway, let's get right into the video. So starting off the list at number 5 is that Nikolai used to be a serial killer. Now, for some of you guys that may not have played World of War, basically back in World of War in the menus, you were actually able to see a character bio for all of our 4 main heroes. And basically it was just a synopsis of their life, and it actually talked a little bit about their backstory, and just a couple little anecdotes about them. But in Nikolai's, it actually says that he used to kill a ton of his wives and political figures in order to actually make his way up through the rankings. And I think at this point everyone sees Nikolai like he was actually portrayed as a drunk Russian who was supposed to be funny. But I don't think Treyarch actually wants you to remember that he started out life as a very serious character who was a sociopathic serial killer. Up next in number 4 on our list, also ties into the World of War character bios, is that his 5th wife might have actually been related to him. Now, everyone knows about Nikolai and his many wives. Everyone knows about 4th wife, but not very many people know about 5th wife actually, because there's not a lot of information out there about her. But basically, in his World of War character bio, it says that his 5th wife was mysteriously killed while cleaning his axe with her head. Basically, it means that he killed her. But from what we were actually able to get out of Shangri-La originally, maybe the quote was actually taken out, but while I was doing research for this video, I came across a bunch of very interesting quotes. And basically, Nikolai claimed that his 5th wife was actually in some way, shape, or form related to him. We're not sure if it was a cousin or like 3rd cousin twice removed, something completely random, or it could have just been a really close-blooded relative. We don't really know. I haven't actually been able to find the quote, but 5 or 6 different videos from completely different people that I've actually seen about 5th wife that are actually over 3, 4, 5 years old or whatever at this point actually talked about this same quote. I don't know if Treyarch actually took it out or they told everywhere that actually had the quote to take it down. I'm not really too sure, but it's one of those things that I don't think that Treyarch really wants you to remember or even actually think about, that their champion hero that's going to be saving the universe maybe once actually married a relative. On to number 3 on the list, this also ties into the World War character bios. There's a lot of stuff in here, is that Nikolai used to be a politician. So this ties into the number 5 spot, where Nikolai 1.0 over time basically became this massive joke character. He became a stereotypical drunk Russian who everyone laughs at his jokes. He's always cracking jokes, right? But I don't think Treyarch really wants you to remember that he was actually a very feared politician. From his World of War character bio, I'll read you something. Stalin himself cannot stare Nikolai in the eye. No one can. There in his eyes you will see the soul of a man burning with the hatred of all living things. His closet is full of skeletons, many of them with the flesh still attached. Early in his career, Nikolai made his way up to the party ranks by killing the next man in line and by marrying politically. Ultimately, his aspirations came crashing down after his 5th wife mysteriously died while cleaning his axe with her head. Little did he know that she had been sleeping with a high-ranking party official on the side. This made Nikolai infamous, and his reputation quickly spread through the party. It was not long before Stalin himself had heard about Nikolai. More importantly, he feared Nikolai. As soon as the war started, our hero was dropped on the front lines and forgotten about. So once again, I don't think Treyarch really wants you to remember this joke character, and especially he was portrayed in Black Ops 3 as being extremely incompetent, drunk all the time, everything like that. He isn't supposed to be a serious character, but he was portrayed as such originally in his World of War character bio. He was a feared politician, he was a serial killer, he was the antithesis of what you shouldn't be as a person, but for some reason Treyarch actually ended up going in a completely opposite direction and making him a massive joke. So I don't really think that they want you to see him as this super serious guy. Up next at number 2 on our list is that Richtofen and his exposure to element 115 might have actually made Nikolai an alcoholic. Once again, I'm going to be reading you something, but I'm going to paraphrase here. On July 15, 1945, Dr. Edward Richtofen traveled to the Siberian facility to do further research on the quote-unquote live specimens. Each are exposed to serums and element 115, causing memory loss, and in Nikolai's case, loss of responding to stimuli. As Richtofen stated, and I quote, he recently begun responding to stimuli, but only after injections of a new serum primarily made from vodka. Now this is where things get a little bit weird, and Treyarch has been contradicting themselves. So apparently in the World of War character bio, it says that he wandered around during World War II when he became an alcoholic. But from what we know, Nikolai was actually a keen fighter. He was smart, he was intelligent, he was strong during World War II, and then all of a sudden once he was captured by Group 935 and they started using the vodka in these serums that they were actually using on the test subjects, basically that's that's when Nikolai became an alcoholic, especially once he lost his memory. With his memory erased, he would have no recollection of him actually being an alcoholic or what caused him to be so. So basically, the reason that he drinks is he doesn't really know why once his memory is wiped by Richtofen in Group 935. So that's what continues his alcoholism, and that's what really actually brought it into the game as a whole. So finally, coming in at our number 1 spot on the 5 things that Treyarch wants you to forget about Nikolai Belinski 1.0 is that they killed him not once, but twice. So during the moon Easter egg, if you're not familiar with it already, basically we went from Area 51 to the moon and then we blew up the Earth. We know what happened to Richtofen, Samantha, and Maxis, obviously now, but we didn't know what happened to the 3 other characters, Nikolai, Takeo, and Dempsey, for years, and they effectively killed them off. Now I'm pretty sure this was actually intentional on Treyarch's part, where they're actually saying, okay, we're done with the Jimmy Zielinski timeline, and this was actually a way to segue into Black Ops 2, and we wanted to actually move into a new story, but they obviously brought back the 1.0 characters, and then obviously in Gorod Krovi, we went back and we killed Nikolai 1.0 again. So we effectively killed Nikolai twice, once in Moon, and then once after the Gorod Krovi Easter egg. And Treyarch definitely doesn't want you to remember that they actually killed Nikolai 1.0 twice, because Treyarch likes to have you think that they know what they're doing all the time at every single turn, and they have this stuff planned out for years ahead of time. But they wouldn't have actually had to kill Nikolai 1.0 basically twice, and not have him be shown in-game for about 3.5 years until the Origins timeline, if they really knew what they were doing. But this has been my 5 things that Treyarch wants you to forget about Nikolai Belinski 1.0. Tell me in the comment section, did I leave anything out that I actually should have put in here? While you're down there, I'd appreciate a like. Subscribe if you guys are new around, turn on notifications to hear my daddy. By the way, like I said, tell me if you guys want me to do another one of these videos. I might turn it into a series if you guys actually do like this sort of thing. Tell me, what would you guys want me to do next? What character, you know, what event, what version of that character, whatever it is, I'll actually go and do it. Anyway, I do love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.